Hi, it's me, Samantha, and I'm back in another Sims 4 video. This time I am showing the build that I created. It's a single family home in The Sims 4, perfect for somebody that's maybe a single person or a couple. So let's get into this build. So I am obviously building it's a first floor, it's a one-story house. I'll get it out eventually. So what I'm doing is I was deciding on the layout of the build. That's like the hardest part, in my opinion, figuring out how you're gonna do it. So I just went with something simple, not too complex, because it's easier whenever you're only doing like one floor to come up with a good plan for the roof. The roofing gets complicated when you're doing like 2 stories, or you're doing a multi-family house. You know, children, when there's a house where there's like 6 or 8 children, that gets complicated, but it's always fun to build. So I'm trying to figure out what kind of wallpaper I'm going to use for the outside. I wanted a stone look, but I wanted it to be pink kind of, and so coming up with an idea was hard, but I found one that I really liked. And I can't think of what that name is, but it's like a pinkish color. And of course, no roof is complete without a chimney, you know what I'm saying? So yes, I had to put a chimney on there, because like I said, no house is complete without one. I wanted to do a bigger door, but I couldn't really do that. I like the style of like the arch doors, like, you know, where it's like they're arch. But with that build, it just wasn't I would have had to made it bigger. And that's just not what I was going for. And I like to gate my house off. And the reason I like to gate my house off is because, you know, it just seems like Sims just like to just hang out in your yard or walk through your yard, and when it's gated off, they can't do that. They walk on the outskirts, but they can't necessarily walk through your yard. And here I'm deciding that I don't want to just fence in the front yard. I want to fence in the whole yard, because I don't want people just randomly walking into my yard. So that's when I came up with the idea to fence it all the way around, and which is what I'm doing at this moment. It's being fenced all the way around. So coming up with the gate was hard. I like the big metal ones, but it just didn't really, in my opinion, go with the gate that I was using. I mean, you could have used it, obviously, because it's The Sims. You can pretty much do what you want to do. But I decided that I wanted to do that. And I am a flower person, but I also like to make sure things are stoned. I love that mailbox. I like to have a stone pathway, is what I'm saying, like going to the mailbox. And I love putting flowers down. A cool trick, if you don't know, if you hit the bracket key in build mode, you can make things bigger or smaller. For anybody that doesn't know, that's what I do a lot. I hit the brackets to make the items fit better, because like sometimes some things are just way too big, so it always works out that way. I'm building a little flower pot garden. I have to have my trees. I love the trees, but I was undecided if I wanted them in the backyard or the front yard, and I love it in the front yard. So I sized them down so that way they're not just like so big. I have to have that door. I like that door. For some reason, the sliding door, it just gives it that, I guess you can say, more of a modern look to it. And no house is complete without a grill. I love grilling. Like, who doesn't, really? And I decided that I was going to create a swimming pool. For me personally, no house. I've always wanted a house with a swimming pool, like, and a hot tub. That would be so cool to just be able to lounge around in a swimming pool and not have to go to some kind of public area and swim. Just be able to be home swimming and not have to, worry about. Plus, you don't have to worry about like anything. You can just have your own pool, put your own chemicals in it, and go on. And not have to worry about other people that you don't want swimming being there. So I wanted to make this like give it that almost a rose bush kind of vibe in the back. And I made like some flowers arrangements, put rocks down around it. And then I just decided that I wanted to have it like look like a garden. So I put a few flower pots down for gardening in case the sim that lives there wants to garden. So that's what I decided to do in this build. And those little floral arrangements are perfect for, having flowers on the side of your pathway. That's what I was going for. That was the look that I was going for. Like, I wanted flowers in the pathway. And I decided to get a pond. Put like a little pond thing down and a wishing well. I think that's what it's called, a wishing well. Visit that in a swing set, of course, because no house is complete without. It just gives me that happy vibe. Things that make Samantha happy: flowers, swimming pools, hot tubs, and things that pop, colors that pop. But I wasn't going for that in this build. I just wanted to make it a little cute. But I usually use more like neon colors in my builds than what this one turned out. I was thinking more of an elderly woman or an elderly couple living here, so I just did a lot of neutral. I would say more like, yeah, it's colorful, but it's just not popping. I went with a lot of white. I put a rocking chair there. My thoughts were like knitting. If it's an elderly lady or someone that's more seasoned living there, she might want to go knitting. And one thing that I just noticed is the door is gone. And I'm like, okay, how did... So, I mean, I noticed it in the build that the back door was gone. So I decided I was still working on the bedroom. And of course, no house is complete without a painting thing, an easel. So you've got to have one of those. She's very artistic. Usually my Sims are. So I add the easel. I had to put the door back in, and I was figuring out how I wanted to arrange the living room, because I love an open floor plan, okay? I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it anyway, but I just wanted an open floor plan. Here, again, I'm using a lot of whites. The fridge is like an off-white color. The counters are an off-white color. The stove's off-white. Never forget the smoke detector, I've learned. So that way firemen can come and put out the fire. I pressure cooker, a coffee pot. I gave it a bar area, like a bar stool, bar stool with an island bar. Nothing cooler than an island bar. And I love that trash can. I use that trash can in every build because you make money doing it. So why not? You can make $10 every time you throw something away. If you've got one Sim, it's $10. If you've got a house full of 8, then it'll be $80 per item that you throw away. Now I'm fixing to work on the living room. I decided to move the rug. I wanted that rug anyways. I decided to move it in the living room area, size it down. Of course, have a rocking chair. I usually use the fish bowl coffee table, but I decided to use something different this time. So, yeah. I used a different kind of coffee table, but I'm trying to decorate a little bit. I wanted to decorate in this house more than anything. So yeah, I love those paintings. There's 4, and by the way, they're all alike. You just gotta arrange them in the right order. So there's the bread box. Just coming up with a bunch of random decorations. So if you want to, like, say you want something in your build and it usually doesn't go on that, you can size it. You can, like that right there. I hit the buttons Control 9 and lifted it up how I wanted it. And then if you want to lift it down, Control 0. Like right now, the fruit bowl that I put on the top of the fridge. That was Control 9. Now I'm just rearranging the decorations in the kitchen. That's pretty much, I wanted it, like I said, I was going for a more older person. I mean, anybody, any kind of single, more traditional, let's just call it that way. Traditional looking versus, usually my color schemes all pop. That's not what I was trying to do at all in this build. I wanted I just wanted to make it cute still, but just be more traditional. Nothing's complete without a chess table. And I was wanting to put a piano in there, but it's just too small, so I went for a violin. Still musical. Now to the fun part of designing the bathroom. It's usually my builds are huge, so I decided to build a 4x3 bathroom area. I love that shower bath. And I went with white for the bathroom as well. More of a white themed for but with a pink and brown background wallpaper. Well, the build is looking good at this point. It's looking really good, and it's almost complete, so if y'all like it, let me know so I can build more houses like this. But I really like to share what I do in The Sims. Well, I'm showing off the design afterwards, and this has been fun as usual. I look forward to putting more content out. If y'all like what I do, just hit the like and subscribe button. Bye.